You're now live. Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn. We are nearly ready to go live. I'll start the clock. You forgot to start the clock then.
Stop the clock. What was the name of that thing again?
Beat the clock.
Beat the clock. Yeah.
Beat the clock.
Yeah.
That was many moons ago.
Yeah.
Many moons.
Oh, I keep getting messages. Oh, wait a minute. What's this? Oh, I've just been given a gig for 250 quid. I'll take that.
Well done, Peter. When's that?
Christmas Eve. If you want something, go and tell people about it. That was an agent that heard me singing, right?
Yeah.
And he phoned me up and said, I've heard you. Can I give you some gigs?
Can I give you some gigs? Well,
yeah, he phoned me up.
That's
He
good.
says, I've seen you before. And he says,
We're live.
Okay, I'll tell you.
No, carry on.
So, yeah, so if you're wanting something in life, don't wait for it to happen. Make it happen. Good morning, everybody. I'm on a rant. You want something to happen, make it happen. I put one Facebook post and it's just went rolling. Agent saw me singing on the internet. He says, can I get you gigs? Had a good chat with him, and that's me just booked for Christmas Eve. Lovely jubbly, and I'll take out money and I'll get it in pound coins and count it at the end of the night.
Absolutely brilliant. Good morning, world. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning.
Good morning, John.
Good morning, both.
Okay, and welcome to the show. And this is Blabbing for Britain. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not. Just a minute. I forgot to change that one. Just give me a second. We'll catch up.
So, Peter, have you got real snow there?
Oh, we've got real snow big time. I just thought I would put it on. It's quite, do you know this is actually from YouTube?
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. It's a YouTube video in the background. And look how clear it is, folks, because in the background, back there, I've actually got a light switch, but you really can't see it. The only thing that annoys me is this light.
Polos in your eyes.
Yeah, but I'm not worried. We'll sort it. Right, I'm going to move forward. Right. I've got another one here. So, yeah, so I've been helping another singer as well with, she's bought XCAM as well for 26 quid it costs for a lifetime deal. Well, I'm just going to move that. Anyway, so behind me, it's just my ordinary wall. Look at it, it's solid. But it's the same colour as my skin. So we went out and got grey paint. Andy says suggest grey, and Sheila's going to paint it for me. Yeah, and then I'm getting grey curtains put over the door at the back here. And Bob's your uncle. I might buy a box of chocolates or something for that, because I don't like painting. Because when you're soldiers, painting was a punishment. They made you paint stones around the guard room. So I've always thought painting was a punishment. So I'll let Sheila do it.
I just can't paint very well at all. It seems to go everywhere but where you want it.
Yeah.
So painting in this house as well.
Yeah.
I don't paint very often either.
No. But I'll tell you what, folks, I'm enjoying learning this equipment. I'm enjoying doing videos. I'm even doing singing videos now, as you've seen. And I got 15, I put out last night, I got 1,500 views of Glad handbags and Glad rags.
Impressive.
Yes. Anyway, back to you.
No, basically, as usual, we're not talking about anything in particular. We're talking about everything in general.
Yes.
But we've got to talk about the World Cup, I think.
Was there a World Cup on?
Yeah, there is. Yeah. So basically, we've got a final with France versus Argentina. But it was a good match last night. It's just that they couldn't get the ball into the goal, John. They weren't able to finish Morocco.
I saw that they had a massive share of possession
Yeah. Yeah.
But I
They
didn't watch it.
played well. They played extremely well throughout the whole competition, and I think they've got a lot of new fans, and a lot of good will actually come from it. But France seem to be the ones who turn up on the big occasion, yeah, and get the goals in the final third because they've got the strikers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there've been some good games, Peter, that you've missed.
Just a quick question. I've turned off my main light. How does that look?
You look fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's it. So I've got
So
three
clear.
lights in front. That's great, and it's taking the kind of shit. Right. I watched the football for a bit. I was in a pub, jam-packed. And when France scored, I thought I was in France. They went ballistic because France scored. Yeah. I don't think they like English.
Uh,
I like
Fra-
English, you know.
France have earned the wins. They've not been given them. They've had to work for them.
Yeah.
Um,
Well done, France. Yeah.
yeah.
I think we've got to maybe talk about Solihull and a tragic incident there. What a shame.
It's only about just over a mile from where my daughter lives.
Right, okay.
And when I was younger, we used to go sailing on Babs Mill.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a lake. It's much bigger than you think. Oh, go away. Excuse me, I'm just going to get rid of it. I've got to take it. Please drop me off. I'll come and wave again when you...
Other thing, no, the other thing we've got to talk about, it's all tragic today. We'll cheer up in a minute. But we've got to talk about the deaths in the North Sea with the migrants.
Boats,
right? Yeah, no, I'm sorry to say, but I knew this would happen. It will take a lot of deaths before they're really, really wise up to stopping this in some way.
Yeah.
And they've got to do something about people pouring in like this. I don't know what they're going to do, but they've got to. Somebody's got to have a plan, and it'll take a lot of deaths of migrants coming across the North Sea. Views on it, gents?
Yeah, I don't think there is no quick solution, is there? Because people want to leave, and they want to come here. The attraction, and basically, I don't think it matters what we do at this end, because that's not going to deter people because they won't realise what we're actually up to. Just like going to Rwanda, it's not publicity-seeking initiatives we want. It's a practical solution, and the problem is that the French can't monitor the coast all the time because it's such a big area.
Why can't the French put them up in hotels like we do?
These people don't speak French. Well,
no.
I'm going to be guilty here.
When our migrants come in, we give them accommodation.
Yeah, but that's because they don't want to stay in France, do they?
Yeah, but why doesn't France say, hey, listen, it's winter's coming. You're going to these centres to get 3 hot meals a day, showers, etc. Why are they letting them live in tents?
Right.
Why are they doing
a long discussion about this yesterday.
Right.
On Radio 4, because I have Radio 4 on in the day.
Yes.
And, it featured, I think her name's Yvette Cooper. She's the Labour equivalent of the lady with the strange name on the government. And her proposal is that we should put more of our people in France and give people more opportunity to come here legally, and thereby reducing those that do qualify, because a lot of these people could qualify apparently that are still coming over on the boats, and therefore reduce the level of risk in the channel, because even if it was only 15%, of people that could then come across legally, that's still quite a significant number with the number of people that are crossing the channel at the moment.
Isn't there a legal way now?
Well, people who came here from Ukraine because of the war outbreak of war, they came here legally. Yeah.
Yes. So why couldn't the rest of them?
And what Yvette Cooper said, and I thought it was quite good actually, and I'm not a Labour fan. Yeah. She said, but there has to be a percentage of the people that are currently travelling through with the nasty people who charge them a lot that would actually qualify.
Yeah.
And so what she's saying is, if you set something up and you at least find that, say, 15% was the sort of figure she thought said, those 15% can come on a ferry and not in a rubber boat.
But what about the rest of them that can't? No, they wouldn't get in.
No, I don't think anyone has a solution to that. But if you can reduce the number by bringing people who are potentially illegal there, instead of them going up on Ramsgate Beach or wherever.
Well,
I thought it was quite a sensible discussion, to be honest.
To a point, 15% is not enough.
No, but 15%, right, reduces the risk.
So
we lost 4 people in the channel.
That's probably more.
No, yesterday alone we lost 4 people in the channel.
Okay, yeah. Now the other thing is, why are Albanians coming here?
Well, I know 3 separate Albanian families, all from the allotments. Couldn't find a harder working set of people if you tried.
Yeah.
So I just don't understand. But then one of them owns 3 acres of land,
Right.
back in Albania with olive trees. Yeah. And he works for the council over here, doing odd jobs, repairing windows and things like that on council properties.
Yeah, but did he come in legally?
Yes, this is totally legally here.
Well, I've no problem with that.
Explain something to you though.
Yeah.
He has 3 acres of olive trees back at home, and he pays a man the living wage over there, which is £3.60 an hour.
There you go.
Yeah. And
he's give someone a job
over here, because the living wage over here is £11 and something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, there are all sorts of problems. But I have to say, the 3 Albanian families that I know, they work their bloody socks off. And I don't just mean down the allotments, and they do down the in general life as well.
Do you know, I met a Syrian one day on a bicycle, a strange bike, and he's an old man, and an older man, and I stopped him and we had a chat, because I had my bike at the time, and we had a chat away, and he was at fair age. Do you know what he was doing for a living? He was delivering food on his bike. And I got chatting to him. I said, so where are you from? He says, Syria. And what did you do there? He says, I was a journalist. I maybe told this before, actually, when he had a young daughter. He said, I was a journalist. He says, I had to get out of the country. and I don't mind people like that, and no problem whatsoever. But people that come in, cheat in the system before the others, I do, you know. And I think we've got to come out with this European human rights. What is it called? The EHC or something? I think we've got to come out with this.
EHCR, that rings a bell.
I think we've got to come out of this and have our own laws. Why should Europe have a say with us? Now.
Equality and Human Rights Commission.
Right, hold on.
It disappeared.
Yeah, to go and to turn the heating down now. I've got 3 heaters here, but that's one of them. Yeah, so anyway, so that's a sad start to the week. They're not really sad. I mean, I feel, yeah.
I know I disappeared when you mentioned the event in Solihull. I don't know if you know, but the 4th little boy died last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sorry, Steve.
No, but it's a genuine accident, isn't it? That I mean, since the Thames used to freeze over, and they used to hold fairs on the frozen Thames, and people used to flock down there. There's been the fascination of ice, of actually going on ice, skating on ice, and it's enticing. But the thing is that although it's cold enough for it to freeze, it's not cold enough for it to freeze deeply, and it is just a genuine sad accident.
Apparently they walked on the ice, cracked, and then they slid underneath the ice.
Oh, yeah.
It hasn't been named, but there is a policeman that's been lauded for his braveness.
Yeah.
He put himself in hospital trying to break the ice with his hands.
Yeah.
And he hurt himself doing that. And he also suffered, can't think of the word.
Hypothermia.
Yeah, hypothermia, yeah. So he ended up in a hospital. But obviously it's very sad. There's a huge amount of flowers, obviously, there. And the local policing team, 17 of them, they marched from the police station, which is not very far away from where it happened. They marched and laid flowers as a team, which was quite an interesting thing to see. I mean, the whole thing is sad, but it's definitely pulled the community together because you had people giving tea and coffees and all that sort of stuff to the rescue workers who lived by it.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a couple of people up here die because their dog went in the water and they went in to get their dogs, and the dogs survived and they lived, you know. And it's really, you know what it's like if you own dogs and your dog goes in, you don't even think. I saw a lady one day swim out from the beach in Aberdeen to go and get her dog. And I always remember it, and someone run to the pilot boat, not the RNLI boat, the pilot boat, and they went out and picked her up. And you can just get swept away, you know. It's such a shame. But anything happy to talk about, guys. Well, so my condolences to Solihull, because I thought of you, John, right away when I seen that. You know,
it's almost the opposite end of. Well, I live in the middle, if you like, and it's right up in the northeast of Solihull. I mean, it's a good 5+ miles away from where I am, which doesn't sound far, but Solihull isn't that big a place, you know.
We've spoken about hospitals quite a bit in the last few minutes, and today is the day when nurses are on strike.
My daughter's at work, and she says almost or everybody is there.
But it's work.
Well, she's nursing staff.
I know. I'm saying, is all the nursing staff went in? Did you say?
She says almost everybody is there. Yeah.
Working.
Yeah, because they just feel it's their duty.
Well, Sheila's the same. My Sheila's the same. She says, I didn't go into the nursing for the money, Peter. I went in. And I says, what would you have done? She said, I deal with old people. I would have been in for them.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, mark my words, it'll cause animosity within the nursing staff, friendships and everything that's going to be broken.
I think it's a very difficult position for them, and same with the ambulance people who are due to go out on the 21st. You know.
Yeah. What's the country coming to? If I give a pay rise, they'll want a pay rise, and they'll want a pay rise. They're wanting it 19%, and then inflation comes maybe down to 8%. And they're quids in. You know, I'm dreading next year when the wages go up in April again.
Yeah.
You know, I can't put my prices up anymore. We're starting to get some refusals now of the price. You know?
I'm still seriously considering retiring at the end of March.
Right.
Because I'm not a big business anymore. I've wound it down. There's only really 3 regular customers, and one of them told me yesterday that he's retiring at the end of February.
Okay. Yeah.
And I
Keep
start.
your hand in, John. I might need you.
I'll still be here, Peter.
Yeah, I know.
I have to weigh. I'm still trying to weigh up in my mind just whether it's worth it or not, or whether the freedom I will get. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't take any of my pension at the moment. The only pension I take is what the government gives me at the moment.
Right. So just a question: what would you do differently, John?
What would I do differently? Well, I only do that 2.5 days a week now. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'd be forced to do some more decorating in the house. I'd do a lot more of the allotment, but then at this time of the year, there's bugger all you can do in the allotment. But come January, it's seed sowing, it's taking cutting, putting dahlias on heat. So in February you can take cuttings and that sort of thing. So I would help. I think I'd keep myself busy, but I think I'd miss the testing of my brain as well.
Yeah.
But
sorry, Peter.
No, it's okay. I just think, I don't do the physical work anymore, right? I wouldn't want to do the physical work anymore. But I don't want to retire. It's a difficult spot. I always say I'm retired without money, semi-retired without money. That's what I say. But one day I'm going to have to cash in. One day,
Well, I think you have a business that you could sell. I don't.
Yes,
I'm an individual providing basically a freelance service. Yeah.
I had a discussion with a consultant yesterday, John, and when I told him my business, he congratulated him on my systems. He says, I know people that turn over £3 to £6 million and they've got nothing like a system like you. I said, well, thank you for that. And if I do sell a business, same thinking as me, don't sell it to my sector. Sell it to another sector as an add-on or somebody that wants into business rather than from the actual sector itself. And that has been my plans. I did get someone approach me just recently, and but that's actually given me the impetus to grow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, the one thing I would miss is the creative side of things, because I love making videos for people. I love even simple things like making signs for people,
Yeah, which I appreciated. Well, I just made a video.
Physical signs like I'm doing some 5 mile an hour stuff, but with messages around the 5 mile an hour at the moment.
Yeah. Well, I done a video before I come on here, John, and then Google profile rejected it, and they don't exactly tell you why they've rejected it. I've got a feeling that just maybe went over 30 to 31 seconds, so I better time it again, Got to be short and sharp for Google profile, because you're only allowed 30.
Perhaps cut it down to 29 seconds.
Yeah. I'm really enjoying this now. This platform. I'm getting used to it.
Good.
And then Stephen Healy comes up with another one.
You've always got to be exploring. You've always got to be doing new things. Keep your brain busy.
Yeah, and then XSplit. I was on my Facebook last night showing another singer, because to sing I record it in OBS now, and it's really good as well for singing.
Okay. Yeah.
I've got my mixer set up. I've got my microphone. My mate's a sound engineer. Got the reverb and everything done. And as soon as we finish it, I've got my recording thing. I press one button and stop it with the other, and I've got my words come up in front of me on the screen, 2 half screens. Bob's your uncle. And let me tell you about this, folks. I've just been given a gig for Christmas Eve for 250 quid. The last team, he cheated me out with 100, this other guy before him. So they must know I'm good because I've been given more money. Anyway, right, back to you.
Okay,
Never give up. Get your name out there. No. Oh.
So,
no, never give
Peter,
up.
could you retire to be a singer?
Do you know, I could actually not it. Well, put it this way: if I went out, and I could probably make about £1,200 a month if I really wanted to, and more, and more, you know, because I was speaking to a guy that sings in a band, and people like me, they don't do all night singing at weddings, for instance. They sing at a reception, you know, before the big event. Well, they get pictures taken and everything, and they get about £250 for that for about 2 hours for a wedding. So there's that, and then you can go. This guy's offered me 150 quid for 2 hours work, going to a coach party with CB on a Wednesday night as well. Yeah. Plus you've got your hotels and pubs and things. Yeah. That's the sort of gig money there is just now.
Yeah.
You know? So if you go out and push yourself again, I'm a lot more confident singer now. Have you ever heard me sing on the internet, guys? Yes, you can see me.
No, you are more confident. You're more confident in making videos. You're more confident in singing online. It's like something just clicked.
Yeah, have you noticed that, Stephen? Have you noticed that? Did you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just didn't catch the last bit.
I'm saying, have you noticed it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm really enjoying it, and yeah, and other singers are passing my name on now, which I think is great. I'll have to give them a shilling.
Yeah, I mean, being natural on camera takes practice, and you've had enough practice, Peter.
Yeah, well, I'm delighted with it. I do videos for LinkedIn. Someone says they're too long, Mr. Upton, and so I'm going to put out a survey. Once I've done about 10 videos, I'm going to put out a survey. Have you seen my videos recently? Would you oblige me if you haven't? Look at them and tell me, one, are they too long? Two, are they too short?
I'm not saying to you they're always too long. What I'm saying to you is do your 5 minute, whatever, but do a 25 to 29 second that tells people what's in the video and encourages them to go and watch it.
Yeah, okay, I'll take that. Well, that's what I was trying to do with Google Profile, and I actually put out a Christmas greeting. I don't know if you've seen that in my Google Profile, and I put it up, and the snow was falling down, and I had a fire and everything. Really Christmassy, with my rats at the bottom, and I wished all my customers a Merry Christmas, and for potential customers who may get a visit from them because the rats are at the bottom, I wish you a Merry Christmas too. And we're open all the festive season. Well, we message there.
Would you like to share it, Peter?
Are you able to look up Pest Control Aberdeen? Or do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Right, what? Right, so
okay.
I'll look it up first. Right.
I will say good morning to everybody who's watching us, if only for a split second. Yeah. This is
right. So
right.
There we go.
Okay. While Peter's doing that, John, have you got a Christmas tree up?
That's on my task list for today. It's we have a proper one every year. It's been sitting in the washroom for a week now. So today I've got to cut a bit off the bottom, put it in water, and then Celia will move it into the we'll move it into the living room tomorrow, and Celia and the kids decorate it on Saturday. So no is the answer. Right. Have you got yours up?
Today, after this show.
Okay,
right, Peter,
Steve,
I've got your share. It's on screen now.
Right, now, my other video did go up. It was one that didn't come out. So I'm going to do this one. Can I click that here?
Yeah, you just carry on.
I'm a bit, oh, wait a minute. I'll click it. Okay. So this is my Christmas one. Tell me what you think. Can you hear it? Hold on. Aberdeen today. So these little creatures below me, they'll be looking to come into your homes for some shelter and some food. What you do is check around your building, look for any holes, don't leave food out. From Aberkill, you can see the snow here in Aberdeen today. So these little creatures below me, they'll be looking to come into your homes for some shelter and some food. What you do is check around your building, look for any holes, don't leave food out. Oh, why is it not sure? Has it? Right, up on the sound, guys. Thank you very much for this. Much appreciated. Of Aberkill, I'd just like to say a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everyone that has used our local service this year, and a Merry Christmas to those of you who might have to use us because of them below. Have a great season. We're open all festive period. Hi, I'm Peter Stewart of Aberkill. I'd just like to say so what did you think of my effort?
Yeah, you're appealing to local people.
Yes. Yeah.
Local people know that's not what's happening in Aberdeen snow-wise. And you said this is the snow in Aberdeen.
Yeah, well, I said it's snowing outside.
I know it's poetic license.
Oh,
Ah,
I was just putting in the atmosphere.
indeed.
Yeah?
I thought it was very good, Peter. Got the point across, and it was short and sweet.
Yeah, what I've got is one video.
Was brilliant.
Sorry?
The Christmas one was brilliant.
Thank you very much. Can you get it? Could you send that in writing? and that's what I'm able to do now. I think it's brilliant, and the videos are getting seen. The more I do the videos, but then I'm going to do more business videos and pictures because Google loves that, and they're profit. Anyway, so yeah,
it's good.
But here, listen, you notice it, but these people that are watching that, they might think that's where I'm sitting, because some people think that. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
did you have any snow this week worth talking about, Stephen?
Right. Effects of snow. Yes, we've got snow, but it's basically annoying rather than being any great depth. It makes the pavements treacherous, but it has had one surprising effect. I thought, well, okay, it's -2 outside. I'm going to go for a walk. So I walked into town and I did a short route. I'm not going to stay in. I'm going to go out. So I got dressed up, went out, and went into town on Monday, and then I repeated the route on Tuesday. And the amazing thing was that I used Strava to actually measure my walk, and I was actually walking at 4 miles an hour. In other words, because it was so cold and I wanted to get warm, I was walking at 4 miles an hour instead of 3 miles an hour.
It needed energy to warm you up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I think
calorific count went up as well then. Calories used went up.
Yeah.
Sorry, Peter, go on.
I'm not talking about. I don't know if maybe last week, but I felt sleepy the other day, and my sugar was 3.9, which isn't good because it's too low. Yeah. So that's because of the food I'm eating. Well, yeah. Well, I'm eating the right stuff. The biggest
problem with that, with what you've just said, Peter, is because I'm not diabetic, means nothing to me.
Yeah.
What 3.9 is. Yeah.
So for you that don't know, diabetes, never get it. You know, that's all I can say to you. It ruins your life. And so a normal person's blood readings are between 4 and 7. 4 should be the minimum. If you reach a 3.9, then you've got to watch that, you know. And mainly people that are on insulin, that's what you have to watch, okay. And don't get it. And that's all I can say. And keep an eye on things for yourself. And yeah, because we're becoming, we eat a lot of food that are processed in our lives. And let me tell you, there was a tribe, I think it was it Eskimos or something in northern Canada or something, that they were eating raw meat, and well, they ate meat, and then all of a sudden like a superstore came to their area on their reserve, and it had processed food. Guess what happened? Many of them ended up diabetic. That tells you something.
Yeah.
You know? Back to you.
The original reason I asked you about snow, Stephen, is that I had a visitor come here for a meeting on Tuesday. So it's the guy actually that owns catering equipment. And he lives 10 miles south of Stratford.
Okay.
And he arrived with snow all over. I mean, we have no snow here at all, with snow all over the front of his 4x4. And they'd had 6 inches of snow that morning, and we had nothing. Just
shows how localized it is.
Yeah. And Stratford upon Avon didn't have any snow, and he's only like 10 miles south. So.
Do you know what I don't like about my background? Look at my grey hair on it. Grey hair.
Yeah, well, mine's getting greyer and greyer, and the bald patch is getting bigger.
Yeah. Can I mention somebody? I'm not great with it. What's the lady? Brigetti.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where I see Brigetti a lot?
Where?
TikTok.
Uh-huh.
She is a prolific, is that a word? Prolific
it is,
TikToker. And she looks different. She looks totally different for some reason. She looks younger.
She's had her hair restyled, and she really does look different because of the hair.
She does, and she's up there doing these TikTok videos. Now, if she's doing it, there's a reason she's doing it, guys. You know, and so it's interesting to watch. I did say get on TikTok. I'm gonna have to look at mine. I laughed. I've got a new business advisor, and he's got a camping. What do you call him? Motorhomes business, and he's become a business advisor with a trust. I know him, and he phoned me up about this and that and that. And I ended up giving him advice. I says, when your campers come back and that, do you get a video of them being happy campers and saying they were happy with their holiday? He says, no, but I'm going to now. Oh, I've learned so much from John and yourself, you know. No, listen. Sorry.
I was going to say, when we started, you talked about Beat the Clock.
Yes.
When did that run to and from?
No idea.
Do you remember watching it?
I do remember it. It must have been in the 1960s.
It ran from 1950 to 1961.
Oh, wow. So we were watching repeats then?
Probably. Well, unless you can remember what you were doing. Well, when I was 561, so.
Hey, gentlemen,
I'm sure we had a telly when I was 5.
From Mr. What's this?
More spam just came in.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Stephen, I think you opened that mail. Was it you that I got a thing back from Amazon saying,
thank
you. John, have you opened yours and redeemed it?
I've redeemed it, but I haven't done anything with it. And thank you very much.
No. Okay, that's fine. No, I just wanted to make sure you got it, you know.
Talking about this, me and Phil had a real big tidy up in the front room because, as I think you know, for quite some while now, Celia has suffered with her feet and that. And I picked the seat cushions up off the settee. And I found a little plastic Christmas card thing from Amazon for 25 quid, and nobody's claimed it. So I think I've got another 25 quid. It's definitely been there since last Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, I've asked everybody that we bought Amazon vouchers. They all said, no, we spent ours.
Do you know what's amazing? So, I mean, you guys are doing that, and I was able to give you something through Amazon. Don't they make it easy for you a lot of the time? Yeah.
Indeed.
Stephen, you're freezing a bit, by the way.
I bought this mouse on the 29th of June. I know the exact dates because and the scroll wheel has stopped working.
Right.
Okay. Everything else works, not the scroll wheel. So I went back to Amazon, and Amazon said, "Oh, support services for Logitech mouse are provided by Logitech."
Okay.
So I followed the links that they gave me, and Logitech says, "You need a letter of denial of warranty from Amazon." What? What planet are you on? I said, "We're talking about a 20 quid mouse here." She was American. She was in the Philippines, the young lady who was handling her there. I said, "Amazon are not going to do that." And she says, "Well, why are you coming to us?" So I said, "Because that's what Amazon support says." So I sent her a copy of the sale. You know, in your orders, you get like a summary of the sale with a product support link in it. Yeah. So I clicked the product support link, and it explains there that Logitech provide the support for the mouse direct. So I snapped that, and I sent that to an email address she gave me. And about 15 minutes later, I got an email back saying FedEx will deliver a replacement mouse.
They don't want us.
Pretty good, but where they came with this concept that we need a denial of warranty letter.
Yeah, I found them quite good.
It looks like they have a support deal in place with Amazon, and it looks like their support people didn't know.
Yeah, that can. I mean, I tell you, a couple of times I've put things back. I told them, and they've told me to keep it, give it to charity a couple of times, because I do buy things on a regular basis, you see, and that way they know you're a genuine customer. Where I heard about one woman kind of got banned because she was buying things and putting loads back, and so they do know what's happening, and yeah, so I'm looking to be the Uber of pest control. I like that. Yes. Imagine having rat traps and mouse traps and you don't have to visit.
Do you both have Samsung phones?
Yes. No.
Well, do you both have Android phones?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've got this Oppo, which is almost identical to your Samsung Ultra or whatever, Ultimate, whatever it's called. Camera's the only real difference between the two. And yesterday it was upgraded to Android 13.
Okay.
Which has some significant changes, including your pedometer or whatever you want to call it as a front screen item within the so they've introduced this new facility, and it's quite a lot of improvements to it as well. So
that's good.
Look out for Android 13 coming up on your phone, because if it's going to be on my Oppo, it certainly must come on your Samsung phone sometime soon.
Now, as you can see today, I'm wearing my glasses that I bought about 3 years ago, and they're very focals. I maybe told you about this today. I got a price for new ones with my new prescription, 400 quid for the lens, and I went to Asda, and I said to them, "This is 2 frames, 160 quid." I says, "Okay, I got that," and I says, "And how much is it for the lens?" I says, "No, that's it. Basically, 80 quid for a pair of glasses, very focal, with my lens. That's a good deal, isn't it?"
It's not much more expensive than boots these days either. You know, the former dominant natures, and glasses seem to have really plummeted in cost.
Yeah. Oh.
So I had two pairs of glasses with reasonable well, the one's got fancy frames.
Yeah.
and that was 148 quid, but they weren't varifocals. Well, so this is the new snap screen, and it shows you.
Could you put that full screen, my friend?
What, that? I don't think you can see it well anyway.
No, I can't.
This is a clock. This is the weather.
Right.
And the green one is your how much you've walked today.
All right.
It's not that exciting. And then you can choose what the fourth one is of your own choice.
Do they not eat up the battery, John?
Well, I don't know. This thing has got a massive battery in it and an 80-watt charger, so you can go from 0 to 80% charged in 15 minutes.
Oh, that's
so battery's never really been a problem for me.
What per do? And how much are they to buy?
Well, I've got it on contract, but they're almost identically priced to the Samsung Ultra Ultimate or whatever it's called.
Oh, the deal.
You don't get a little stick with this. And this has a Hasselblad camera in it.
Okay.
But phones are much these days, you know.
Yeah. I mean, Stephen with us.
Apple yeah, he's there, aren't you, Stephen? Hello.
He's frozen.
I'm here. I'm listening.
He's listening. Phones are much less now, you know. I mean, we've all three of us now have Oppos. Celia has a 54G, which is a 5G phone, but is too complicated for her. And Phil, he's got a junior version of my Find X, yeah. And we all love them, but they'll do everything, but pretty much that you would want from a phone. Just the more you spend, you get features, many of which you don't use. I mean,
that's true. That's true. I mean, you only ever use 20% of the features of any given program since the days of Word.
Yeah.
Well, that's more like 5% these days, isn't it? With Word and Excel, they have so many features.
The 80-20
never use them.
Right.
But,
okay.
I mean,
but the pictures that then Celia's was £199. Yeah, her Oppo 54G. It's 5G. The camera blows, her mind with what she can do with her camera. You can't do the night shots that Stephen and I can with our fancy cameras, with our, that. But they do. It does everything that she wants for 199 quid.
Yeah, it's the same with Sheila. But when I get new phones for the guys now, it'll be cheaper phones because they keep dropping them out their front pocket, And I'll never get expensive phones myself. Never. I'm just not doing it anymore. It's too much money because I don't use it for a lot now, to be honest with you. Yeah. And maybe
I've got a solution for you, Peter.
Yes.
Rather than putting the phones in their pockets, put their phones in this type of thing where you've got a loop on the back. You put your belt through it and you carry the phone on your hip, and it's not going to fall. It's not going to slip out your pocket. It's got extra weather protection because you've got an extra cover on the top, which is magnetized. This is made out of one piece of leather, and you talk. It's not.
You know, I bought ones from Tool Station, workers ones.
Yeah.
They don't like using them.
All right. Okay. Suppose there is that.
It's funny. They're a funny bunch. I take them in and say, what uniform do you want to wear? Oh, I like this. I don't like crew neck, Peter. I like polo shirts. I like crew neck. I don't like baseball caps. What about beanies? I've got your beanies. No. I wear one with a big pom-pom I got from a distributor. I kind of win. You try to have a democracy and having chatting. So from now on, it says, "How's your beanie hats for the winter? Take it or leave it."
Yeah, if you want to be paid, wear it.
I'm not wanting this Do you know, I always remember this thing about survival, and they put a load of people on the television, old ladies and everything, and they says, get your own food and have your own community. And the and this says, this lady, yes, we think you'll be leader. She says, oh, I'm going to be the leader. Oh, thank you. A week later, she's sitting crying out. The guy says, I'm taking over. I'm taking over from you. You're a useless leader. Oh, the commune didn't work out. Unfortunately, a dictator was amongst them. He said, that would be me. I'd be taking over. It was funny.
Right.
I think she was a liberal.
Okay. Now, joys of actually typing while you're listening to somebody. Have either of you heard of Chat GPT?
Yeah.
No.
Have you tried it?
I don't know what it is, so you have to explain.
I've just tried it. Basically, it is an intelligent. Well, I'll show you what it can do. That's probably the best bit. I was going to share this. Now, I mistyped the question, for which I apologise. I now got it wrong. So, but the answer, I think, on this is very good. The question was, what services does a pest controller provide? Okay, that was the question. And when I come over here and I go and share the screen, the answer came back. A pest control service is a company that helps people to get rid of pests such as insects, rodents, and animals, and that can cause damage to their property or spread diseases. Pest control services typically offer a range of services, including inspections to identify the type and extent of the pest problem, the use of chemicals or other methods to eliminate the pests. Basically, what many people are doing is to use Chat GPT to actually write their copy.
Now that you mention it, Stephen, the computer, I broke my screen, my second screen, right, from my singing. So I went down and got, and he mentioned it, I didn't catch the name. And I paid for one called Jasper, which was useless because it was all Americanized, and there was another one, got that. But Chat GPT, and that is, if that's what you've just done, that is excellent, because I'm not great with the written word of filling it up. I'm going to be looking at Chat GPT. Chat GPT, I'll put that in now.
GPT. It's just highly intelligent.
Chat GPT.
GPT. Right. Yeah, it is highly intelligent and worth having, just as something to close that.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. I'm going to save that, and because that'll save me a lot of problems, and it'll do some keyword stuffing gently. Yeah, I'll be using that. Great. I just love all this technology. Don't you?
Anything that saves time.
Yeah, because I hate typing.
I asked it a series of questions about live broadcasting, and it was amazing how much content it actually put out. It basically, the thing is, the information it's been fed to actually learn goes up to 2021. So you can't ask it a current question.
Right.
And the only, so, but apart from that, it's I mean, we're helping to develop it, so everything we type in, it learns.
So what else could I ask it? How many people die? How many people a year get Weil's disease? Do you know what that is? Or is that a question, or is it type an answer for you?
No, if you put a question, it will give you the answer.
Right. So how many people in Britain get Weil's disease each year? Weil's disease is leptospirosis from rats through their urine.
It's common amongst people who go canoeing on the canal.
Yes, that's correct. Farmers get it, and golfers get it, and pest controllers can get it. But we're aware of it because we've got a card. If we go to the doctor and we're jaundiced looking, we can give them a card and say, check me for leptospirosis.
Can you spell that for me, Peter?
Oh, Pitt and Viles disease. I think it's Wiels. Viles.
W.
I think it's Viels. Viles disease. Or EI, one of the two. No, ERI or IRE.
Thinking. I think we've flummoxed it. I'm sorry, but no one to browse the internet, so I don't have access to current information. No people dying.
I'll put something in here in it then. Oh well. I'll spell out leptospirosis to you.
Okay.
It's
in Messenger.
LEPT OR SP IROS, leptospirosis, I think.
Okay. Is that in Messenger, Peter?
In Messenger?
Yeah, I can't see anything. Basically, anything posted in the.
No. Right.
Okay.
Leptospirosis. How do I get to have just started something? Oh, where'd you find your bookmark tabs?
If you cut and paste it in Messenger, then I'll give it a go.
Okay. Leptospirosis. Right, hold on. I've opened it. I'll put it in here then. Right.
LEPTOSPIRA.
Right. If you read it out again, John, thank you.
LEPTO SPIROSIS, leptospirosis. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And leptospira is the bacteria that causes the disease.
Right, because that'll be good to put in the website.
Okay. Right, so as we're playing with things, you type things into, have a look at, when you've got a chance, I'm not saying this many, but playgroundai.com.
Right. Yeah.
This generates a picture from words and things that you put into it. It's this free version and a paid version, but the free version is quite good fun. So it's playgroundai.com.
Okay.
Don't play with it now because it's infectious, and before you know it, you've spent half an hour on it. It is free unless you want to start doing things that you want to download and use for business reasons. Quite amusing.
Yeah, the trouble is with these things, you get addicted to them, John.
That's why I said don't play with it now, because once you're on it, you'll spend half an hour on it.
Mm.
Yeah. Right. Well, I made the mistake of taking some in.
Right. Okay. Now we have to plan our Christmas holidays. Are we having a holiday? My vote's yes.
What's next week's date?
Next week is the 22nd. So I'm good for that.
I'm with the 22nd.
Yeah, I'll be here because it'll be boring because.
And I'll be quite happy with the 29th as well if people want to do the 29th.
Okay, let's see how we go then.
I actually enjoy my Thursdays, guys. I look forward to it. Do you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I look
we
forward
volunteered to be here, so yeah.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
That's good fun.
One of the highlights in the week. What a bore, eh? No, I enjoy our chats, you know. And yeah, that's a good bit of kit, Joe. That's an excellent bit of kit. Yeah, great.
Right. Gosh, it's 11 o'clock already.
Wow.
John, it's over to you.
That hour flew by.
Good.
So I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. We'll be here next week, same time, same place. That's
if I'm not dead.
22nd. don't get any of that rubbish. Depressive Scotland. So it's goodbye from Mr. Depressive in Scotland and his fake snow.
Yeah,
it's not fake. I think it's real. It's so good. It's real.
It looks good. No, come on. It looks good, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
And it's goodbye from our friend in Wiltshire, our West Country leader, and goodbye from me in the Midlands.
Just von uns bis nächste Woche.
Ja.